Hello, welcome back. Lots of spells as usual. We also bound Mastema. So this is the guy who has just Blood 4. So I'm going to empower him this turn. Hopefully we can get him to Blood 5 without a horror mark, but I suppose it's not a huge deal if he does get horror marked. He should be pretty survivable for a while. Did some more spells. We also found a magic site in Behemoth's Rest, so there's an earth gem. Been a while since we found a site, I think. Caught about 115 blood slaves, not great. Did get 50 from the vortex though. Assassinated a bunch of people with little assassins. Some little mages and stuff. And then Mabakil tried to assassinate the nature of payback. So this is Russ's god. I think I said last time it would be extremely unlikely that we ended up in this battle. So place your bets now. Who wins this? Mabakil or this god? Now this god is currently outside of Dominion, I think, and has 30 hit points. So that is in our favour. It also means that because we are outside of her Dominion, her bodyguard units are not blessed. So also pretty good. She herself is also not blessed, but she still has some regen from her items and stuff. We meanwhile are, built for anything. So I wasn't expecting this, but here you go. Place your bets now. Betting is open. Betting is open. Alright, betting is closed. Starting off with a lightning bolt, it does miss. But we put 2 imps on the field and 5 skeletons. Always a great start. Next lightning bolt hits a Chud skin shifter. Imps have landed on the god. God easily dispatching the imps. And the bear's actually struggling to get through the skeletons. Pretty funny. Bear's getting chewed up by lightning bolts. A nice number of imps are now building up on the god. God is struggling to hit them, it seems. But we have not yet hit her with our bow either. God is now taking some damage from the imps. We just fired our bow and hit one of our own imps and killed it. God is now wiping out squares of imps. That's a good sign for her. But will it be enough? Lightning bolt's still continuing to miss. As our arrows, another arrow almost hits an imp. Looking kind of awkward so far. Imps do only have... Doesn't matter. We get it in the end. So there goes Russ's god. Pretty good. This was very effective. Fantastic. I think a lot of combatants like that are going to struggle because they're unscripted. I think she put up Growing Fury at the start, which is pretty funny. But there we go. So there goes Russ's god as well. That's pretty funny. Saw some battles then. We saw Fomoria walking onto the throne that is hugely contested between the two of them. Brought a little communion of Sorks and Queen of the River? Queen of the Lake. Currently has a Moonblade and some Armor of Knights. I think one of the mages just randomly dies to an arrow. I think that's all that happens. Yep. Classic. 1 point of PD kills a 105 gold mage. Nice stuff. And also battling Makoni. So now we get to the serious stuff. Here's Niflheim. This is Niflheim storming Makoni's cap, which has been reduced to very little, it must be said. Pop culture, the Gorgon. We have the King of Paline and a Hill Giant. So not a lot here. It's versus this guy. This is Dennis Duffy, King of Beepers, the Abductor. This guy has heroic strength and is currently sitting on 38 strength. He hits for 76 damage with a Gate Cleaver. Tons of magic, some nice items too. Got fire and cold resist with a 21 chill aura, 5 reinvigoration. He has lots of paths and is going to cast lots of spells on himself. Also has a little boyfriend here who is going to cast some more stuff on him and has brought a bottle too. So we got Blessing, Iron Will. I'm going to ignore the other side of the field for a second. Iron Warriors, Phoenix Pyre, Luck, Liquid Body, Body Ethereal and Soul Vortex. Guy's looking very scary so far. Iron Will, Quicken Self. That guy runs away. And in flies the big dude. This dude is hitting people for about 100 damage sometimes. There's a 98 hit. 100 damage hit. Hill Giant. Big guy dies in one big 45 damage hit. What about the god? 5 men in a 92 hit, 83 hit, and the god, 1 big 50 hit, and it is gone. Do not think this guy has taken any damage at all. Currently on 0 fatigue with Phoenix Fire on him. Would be interesting to try assassinating that guy. Might struggle a bit if he's not quick, because the imps might appear too fast for him to kill them. Tough to say. He's also not... He doesn't have any shock resistance until he casts it, I don't think. I could be wrong, though. But there is that guy. Taking Mikoni's cap. Pretty scary. Events then, Ifezibor, some gems. We got another Effigy of War. That's actually quite nice. 520 gold as well. And 20 income in Griffa. And did some patrolling mostly. Although Melma has been cracked open too. And a sneaking enemy was caught. Who was this? Oh, just a scout. So I was patrolling Ross to try and catch the Defiler of Dreams. Didn't find it, which is very odd. And these guys all have Spirit Sight, so I don't know. Do Devils have Spirit Sight as well? No, just pure Dark Vision. Even so, I think 93 Smolder Ghosts probably should have caught the Defiler of Dreams. They have 1.4 patrol strength each, and Spirit Sight. Maybe it's gone, I don't know. I'll check the unrest next turn. The guys are moving out this turn, so can't keep patrolling just yet. Alright, so here's how the map looks now. I no longer know what Rush is doing. I don't know. It appears that he's torn down the forts in this area and has possibly been pillaging this tile. I don't know. Could be he's tilted. Could be he just thinks this is the best thing he can do because he has no chance of winning. Could be he just really hates Agartha. I feel like a lot of people are unhappy with Agartha in this game. They're a very talkative player. Maybe they've been misleading lots of people who are very upset with them and are just trying to ruin things for them. I don't know. But it has meant that things have been very easy for us. We just kind of walked over this territory with very little resistance. I think perhaps Niffle is having a similar sort of game to the one we're having. I think they've been left alone for most of the game and are now just rolling over Mikoni like it's nothing. Possibly even easier than we were dealing with Ross, which is a bit concerning. But this is the position we have now. I'm still going to act as if there's a 4 here and a 4 here. I need to move over anyway to go through this province, because these are still... Oh, this one is actually frozen now. Probably not going to stay that way, though. But I'm going to just ball everything up in Great Woods. Same sort of thing we've seen before. I'm not moving out to the Heliophagus guys just yet. There is a small new arrival, which is like what you see. The Hellbred Giant with his items. Now joining us. Otherwise this is identical to stuff we've seen in the past, no new spells or anything. I did realise I forgot to take the lanterns off the mages when I moved them out, which is very stupid. Fortunately when we get in this province I can take them off and put them in the lab, so that's something. And while we're balling up there, we're also just going to storm Melma this turn. This should be fine. We've got some nice high quality troops, got the Vampire, got Gap. We'll just roll in, that should be okay. And my Prophet is coming over immediately to sort of claim that and start bloodsacking here. That's fine. I stuck the Effigy of War in Behemoth's Rest, so 44 stuff in the garrison. Now looks like about 90 units. Doing some bloodsacking here. This looks good as well. And we're very strong in this area generally, so that's okay. Just going to move all the kind of bloodsuckers down a bit. We'll bloodsack in Melma, Russ, and Behemoths. While we get ready to... I assume we're going to fight this stack at some point. If he continues with what he's been doing, though, he's just going to run at Agartha, I think. I don't know. I'm starting to feel bad about this. I'm starting to feel like I'm just being handed territory, but I don't know. Some people do not do things that make rational sense to me. But it is what it is. Up here in Hagoria, we are empowering Mastema. Forging a bunch of items this turn, mostly to give to these two guys. Gorillan and Amaimon. So just a couple of little items for them, little boosters, little things like that. I'm going to have them both have rings of regen. Just little accessories to make them a bit stronger. And they'll move down and join this army then as well. Other than that, things up here are still normal. Still doing the usual summons in Solian. Still just scaling up blood hunting, and that's all fine. So not much to say there. Assassinations this turn will be these three guys assassinating in Melma. And, I mean, Makiel is still here, so he can continue trying to assassinate stuff in this province. I think if he can kill a god, he can probably kill anything that Russ has, so that's fine. So that was turn 61. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. We did the usual spells, and Mastema also successfully empowered himself in blood, with no horror mark, which is nice. So that's good. He can now cast Looming Hell with the 3 boosters we have. We caught about 150 blood slaves, and the vortex produced another 50-ish, so still around 200. Weren't many commanders in this fortress, so we assassinated a wizard, and that was that. Abakiel tried to assassinate Counter Nina. Instantly on 3 health and stunned and routing from the lightning strike. And that's that. So pretty good assassination there. Farewell to the Daughter of the Sun. 2 battles then. First one is Machaker, I think that is. Oh no, that's Makoni attacking Neefall. I think trying to break siege? Something like that. Either way, not very consequential. A few bits and pieces killing some ghouls. I did get a bit of a shock seeing a water cannon. I'm going to assume this is a summon added in JBBM. It's lurking in construction, I believe. Pretty interesting unit, though. Also saw a battle in Second Forest. This one was Machaker and Agartha. There's nothing here, so there's not really a fight to watch, but we can check out Machaker's Bless, which is, let's see. So they've got attack skill, solar weapons, shock res, fire res, cold res, defense, magic resistance, and combat speed. Pretty nice bunch of small blesses. Pretty mundane looking army otherwise though. So Machaker is still definitely fighting Agartha as well. We also stormed the fortress in Melma. We know there's no commanders because I assassinated the only commander this turn. There are a couple of snakes and May. So, you know, we just kind of fly in, vampires kill everything. Guys are chopping up the walls. I mean, not really much to see here, let's be honest. But we took it. Did lose 1 infantry and 1 vampire somehow. So I guess I get to see how long it takes for this guy to come back. I think the buff says 1 month. So I think next turn he should just be back in the fort we summoned him in. So I'll find out. Events, we got nature gems, water gems, and 325 gold, and some extra gems, plus a wand of wildfire, which is a one-handed weapon that lets you cast fireball. So, nice. We got increased magic in the world. During nighttime, green lights can be seen dancing in the sky. Fantastic, that'll speed up our research. We caught a Neefall scout here in Griffa. It was a bit awkward. And we also had our Bane Venom Charm guy get discovered, unfortunately. I didn't have him scripted to retreat or anything. Surprised he got caught though. With his bonus stealth. So farewell to Sweaty Gamer. You can easily replace him though. This does let us see exactly what is in this province, and as you can see, it's not really much. I'll just go back in and look at the actual units. So we've got a couple of mages now. They do have gems. I'm not expecting anything big. This guy has a lot of nature, but you know, besides that, we have all the sacreds, but the god is dead, so they won't be able to get a big bless anymore. So now just blessed with air shield. Also not going to do much to us. I think we should have an easy time fighting into this army when we bump into it, which should be soon. But that was in Zorglia, which is here. Abakiel is still there assassinating people, so I wonder if he got patrolled out, what would he do? I guess he would get killed, but I don't know. He'd be doing Horde of Skeletons Soul Vortex, and then firing, plus he'd be making imps and lightning bolts. He probably wouldn't kill the army, but he might kill a few things and then just route off the battlefield safely. He can fly, so I don't know. He'd be able to route to here, I think. He might be okay. But anyway. So this turn, first things first, we have Mastema. He's Blood 8 with his boosters. I could cast Looming Hell this turn, but I'm going to wait and save up a big chunk of Blood Slaves. It also lets me freely move Blood Slaves into this army. But there he is. He's cool. I think he can summon Fiends of Darkness, which is also cool. So he's on standby waiting to cast Looming Hell. We also have Gorillan here, who now has a Skull Staff, Boots the Messenger, Ring of Fire, and Ring of Regen, and Mayman, who has Coral Blade, Boots the Messenger, Ring of Regen, and a Skull of Fire. They're heading off to join this army, which is just moving to Bakar, and then we'll move to Zoglia. So nothing too new. Again, it's just lines of Smolder Ghosts in the front. All the Heat Aura stuff is here. Mostly Devils and Hellspawn and stuff. And stuff that doesn't have a Heat Aura is up here, mostly Demon Knights. We have the Communion inside here, plus a couple of Warlocks behind, because they do have a Heat Aura. Fire Mages are down here, inside the Flaming block. And through the middle we have our kind of thugged out guys. We've got changing screen name to Smasher, and Horse Girl, and Like What You See. We're all just scripted to basically attack or fire. Big spells going off are Heat from Hell, Rigor Mortis, Solar Eclipse, Rush of Strength, Sanguine Protection, and just spamming Reinvigoration through the Communion, basically. And I don't predict too many problems. You never know. Big mages can also now do Liquid Flames of Ruax, which is cool. I've got a Mayman also casting Flame Ward a few times. Might as well try and give fire resistance to the non-fire resistant block as much as possible, because why not? This guy is also doing Inner Furnace, which increases the heat power of Abyssians. Although I assume it improves the heat power of just everything. I think in every Abyssian is just flavor text. But there we go. So I think this might increase the radius of the heat aura, which would be annoying if it makes the Warlocks start burning my Blood Slaves or something. But he is also casting Flame Ward a lot, so I don't know, maybe it'll be fine. Let's all move into Bakar. The other big red arrow is the Vampires, who can just get straight to Omphalia. So I'll take that as well. Just on hold and attack rear. So we'll be in these two provinces next turn, and we'll see what Russ does. It looks like they've gone AI though, so not predicting much. But we'll see, I suppose. Not doing any big summons this turn because I'm slaving Blood Slaves. Not even doing summons over here. Saving Blood Slaves. I guess I could though, they're not that expensive. Yeah, why not? Let's just do it. Why not? We're still on 99 Blood Slaves, that's fine. So I'll get more Patrollers out. And as usual, this kind of mess of planned arrows is just more Blood Hunters moving around and more Patrollers and so on. Next big target's going to be Bay Pond. I've got 2 Blood Hunters in Ephesibor currently. These guys are about to arrive in Peskin to start Blood Hunting there. We're almost set up in Dural. We're set up in Pantos now, got 2 Blood Hunters there. Yeah, it's usual stuff. Here's the current menagerie, by the way. Like we've pulled out quite a lot of interesting stuff from crossbreeding. I don't know if I'm going to use it exactly, but you know, it's here. I mean, these guys are really cool. I would really like to Gift of Reason these guys at some point, but now they're just sat here. But that's okay. Research targets do currently still look like this. We should hit Blood 9 in 2 months. We didn't quite do enough to get it kind of quickly. So 2 months we have Blood 9. I'll pick up Evo 7 then for Firestorm, because that's probably going to be useful. Thaumaturgy 7 I thought might be good for Purgatory. Maybe you could put that up. And then Alteration 9 basically. But we'll see. Next turn I could potentially cast Eternal Pyre and Looming Hell, and then eventually cast Purgatory as well. Because it turns out there's lots of space in the global list now. I think Agartha had a bunch of globals and they've gone, is that right? Something like that. Someone somewhere in the world has suffered a loss, anyway, that's clear. That's the turn though. I am now claiming the Throne of Death in Melma. And yeah, this province then also needs a lab, which it doesn't currently have. I guess Gap can build a lab soon though. Anyway, that was turn 62, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. We claimed the Throne of Death, fantastic. Good stuff, did the usual summons, caught 144 Blood Slaves and 33 from the Vortex, which is really nice. We assassinated that guy, is that guy, the Son of Heaven? Did you do anything interesting, or did you have any items? Couldn't even click him in time. I'll just try that one more time. Go for the instant pause. Instant pause. Alright, nice. Dragon helmet, green scale mail, wing shoes. Oh, it's the Prophet. Farewell to the Prophet. So there we go. Russ now down a god and a prophet to Mabakiel. Pretty cool. Some battles then. We saw Agartha into Femoria, an Alm spawn into the Queen of the Lake. Check out what happened here. So Alm spawn, pretty good out. Firebrand, Vine Shield, Ice Helmet, Armor of Knights, Girdle of Might, Bottle of Living Water. Versus Limni, Queen of the Lake, with a Moonblade, also Armor of Knights, and a Ring of Regen. So what happens here? Living Water versus Bottle of Water. Both doing Quicken Self, Iron Skins, Blessings. Pretty interesting. What are your stats now? 31 protection, 17 defense, and all of the resists. Not sure how a water elemental gets tangled in vines, but okay. How much damage did you take? Oh, down to 5 health. Lucky Alm. There we go then. Interesting battle. We also attacked Ompholia, a couple of empires, took that, no problem. Our undefended province of Rus has been conquered by the enemy. One of those very, very stupid oversights. Forgot to put province defense in the province, so we're under siege. Unfortunate. Rus also threw some wizards into one of the provinces and took that back. We moved into Bakar, so there's us. I mean, I might as well just look at it, you know. See the big army as it moves out? I mean, it's pretty cool, right? It looks pretty cool. Looks pretty scary. I'd be scared. I'd be very scared. Zoglia, we saw Agartha into Rus, but was defeated. Wow, I didn't actually check this one. What happened here? So we have a huge golem with a death brand. We have Queen of the Deeps, the Snakebiter stick, and Sog the Hydromancer into a bunch of sacreds. So this is the stuff that's currently on Russ's throne. So we are spamming little water elementals. Bunch of sacreds on attack rear. Oh, he's getting chewed up. I think the queen is probably asleep at this point. 112 fatigue. Is she gonna die? I already forgot what the report said. I think everything dies, right? The golem is getting screwed up. Well, interesting fight. Did allow us to see what's here, which is good. So we know that there's about 80 sacreds, but they're not going to get a bless. They do shapeshift though, which is still, you know, interesting. 6 mages? Not too bad. And Zemik as well, we saw this one as well. This was, so this is an important one. This is Neefel right next to us. So they're just storming the fort with this guy. Another geared out Niffle, Jarl guy. There's a bunch of buffs. Flies onto the wall, starts killing guys one after the other. So, you know, not really much to say about that. Just takes him a while to chew through the naked gentleman. But that fortress now suddenly has a shitload of mages in it, which is probably not good for us, right? It's adjacent to our throne. So, you know, something to be aware of. Then we see Blood Vortex stuff. We got Magic Sight in Iron Range, some silver deposits, that's nice. 1 gem in Solian. Did some patrolling and so on and so on. Wills are damaged in Rus, pretty funny. Coney's been vanquished. How much wall strength have we lost in Rus, out of curiosity? 5, damn, pretty bad. The besieging army is 10 units large, consists of firebirds, and led by a wizard. Probably not hugely threatening, but you know, annoying. Anyway, that's it for messages. Okay, so a couple of things. This is intimidating, especially adjacent to our throne, because I've kind of overextended quite a lot over here. Because this is all of my fort, because I was scared of the big Rus stacks originally. But I've built up enough stuff, and Rus has lost enough stuff that I probably shouldn't be this scared. I think we're like over-prepared. Because we're going to slam into that stack now with all of our stuff, which we just saw. But here it is in army setup view. We did the usual kind of battlefield spells I've been talking about. We've got Heat from Hell and Rigor Mortis. We're going to be doing Solar Eclipse. There's Rigor Mortis. We're going to give our demons Rush of Strength and Sanguine Protection. Other than that, it's just kind of fly on rear, walk forwards, and that's it. Fire guys spam Fireball. Not much to say. Some Liquid Flames of Ruex in there too. I think it'll be fine. Not really too worried. More worried about this now. So you can see a lot of these arrows are kind of all just retreating massively back to Hogoria as fast as possible. I can't quite get much stuff into Hogoria is the problem. The vampires can. And then some other guys are kind of running back. My Prophet's heading to Belfields, and I think some of the stuff from here, is it? Yeah, like what you see is going to head to Belfields as well. Everything in Behemoth's Rest is just kind of walking back now as well. I'll make sure that we've got stuff in Hogoria. It's going to be the priority. Now that we actually have like a threatening neighbor, can't really just leave this week. Because Nifl might just move immediately onto this, I think. If he's planning on taking other thrones elsewhere, because I think he's got lots of thrones, right? Yeah. He's currently on 4. He only needs 3. He could be like planning for an imminent lunge. I don't know. I don't have a good picture of what Nifl is near. But we're going to prepare for a defense anyway as best we can. So we're going to start moving stuff back now. I've also moved both of our banners to this province somewhere. So Bolmark has one, and I'm not sure where the other one is. Did I not move it yet? I didn't move it yet. Okay. So I'm going to move both of our banners, or effigies of war, back to this province. So if we don't get attacked, it's going to look like 100 more units are suddenly here. So that will, you know, look intimidating. Also moving all the corpse constructs over as well. I'm just going to ram like a ton of stuff into Hogoria. If we don't get attacked next turn, then we'll have like shitloads of stuff just adjacent. So we're just going to like slam into the fort next turn. So that's fine. And that's all that's happening down here now, I think. There's big spells going off, but yeah. Attacking Zoglia with the big stack and moving everything else back to Hogoria. In Hogoria, there's some stuff happening though. We've got Looming Hell going off. We're reviving White twice, casting a Forest Dome, casting a Dome of Flaming Death, doing some Vile Water, because why not? 2 guys are doing Ritual of 5 Gates, summoning a Fire Drake every month, because why not? Pedosian is doing Summon Allies, another guy doing Fire Drake. Just summons and domes and all kinds of protective stuff here now. And yeah, also casting Looming Hell with Mastima. So yeah, Hogoria is my focus for the time being. Not doing any of the blood hunting related summons in Solian this turn. Guys are just researching. And speaking of which, yeah, we're about to hit Blood 9. That's really nice. That's going to be really nice. I should move that winged helmet over to... Is it in the stash currently? It's in the stash currently. I should plop that on my god's head. Because I think he's just going to be doing the big Storm Demon spell for the foreseeable. Will you need a Thorn to do that, actually? Let me just check. Blood magic. It is Air 2, Blood 5, yes. So he's going to need a Thorn too. We have one on Cillian though, so that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's all okay. Bifrons is teleporting to Hogoria this turn as well, just in case. We can set stuff up. And every other arrow is just related to blood hunting currently. So that is okay. I have adjusted the script of my blood hunters around here slightly so that they do some spells and then they just retreat. The idea being they stay in the fight for a couple of turns just in case it's a scout we're catching. But if we actually get these provinces attacked, because I mean I'm a blood nation, so a really easy way to just you know, frustrate me is just start attacking all of my blood hunting provinces with expendable junk, just to disrupt them or, you know, kill the blood hunters or whatever. So I'm just making sure these guys don't die. They'll retreat eventually. I think they're supposed to be near the back of the field, but not too near the back of the field. I don't know, they're probably fine where they are actually in the middle. Be okay. But yeah, they're all just set up like that now. Otherwise though, that is the turn. I'll just double check. There's all the stuff going off in Hogoria, and everyone else is just the normal stuff. Teleporting Bifrons. Attacking Russ's Throne. Oh yeah, I am also assassinating in Zoglia, and Mabakil is just going to move straight to Zameek. Just in case, you know. He might be useful though. But that was turn 63, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.